Well, it is a beautiful morning on day 8. It's about 9 o'clock. I have left the wilderness camp and the Boy Scouts at around Muir Trail Ranch. I'm hoping to make somewhere between 13 and 15 today. I looked at my GitHub app for the pictures at the campsites to try to determine where trees are. I'm kind of lucky that I'm able to do that. But we are, I think, looking at a site at 12.7, just about 13, and it has trees. Some of the ones that are at 15 seem to be up in the alpine meadows, and they don't have trees. So since I am limited by that having a hammock, I have to plan my campsites carefully. Do remember that if you come out here in a hammock, or if you're going to some place with high elevation that has a tree line, you are going to have to pay attention to your campsites and make sure that you have trees to be able to hang a hammock. But feeling pretty good today. Have had no foot issues since I started the trail, and should be a good day of hiking. Entering Kings Canyon National Park. Pets, weapons, wheeled vehicles prohibited. Wilderness permit required for overnight use. Well, today's climbs have been pretty gradual. It's been steady up, but it's been a real gradual climb. But coming up here real shortly, I've got about 800 feet of gain in about a mile and a half, so it's about to get a little bit more formidable. We're about 14 miles away from the top of Muir Pass. I'm going about another 6.5 today. Gotta get myself camped in at a good spot to hit the climb tomorrow. According to all the reports I've been hearing, there's a lot of snow still up on Muir Pass. I guess we hit quite a bit of it on the climb up toward Muir Pass, and about 40% coverage on the pass itself. So I don't have micro spikes, but all the northbound PCTers have gone through it and they're still alive and they don't have micro spikes, the ones I've talked to. So we should be okay, but it might slow me down. Oh man. And it looks like we're going up there. Well, today's been a 13-mile day. Making pretty good time here. Got my camp set up all in the background there. And I got neighbors. Finally saw another hammock out here. It's been the first one I've seen since I got on the JMT. About to make myself a little bit of dinner. I think it's going to be mashed potatoes and gravy. Well, it's just about 8 o'clock in the morning, and I've camped at just around 9,700 feet. I have approximately 8 miles to the top of Muir Pass. It's supposed to be slow going today. I've been hearing different numbers about snow cover. Some people say 40% coverage. People say we're going to run into snow before we actually get to the meat of the climb itself. A lot of mixed reviews. When I get up to the top there, I'm probably going to try to take a break and get some good footage and some good photographs. It should be beautiful up there. I do believe it's over 11,000. If that's true, that's going to be the highest up I've been so far. So that should be neat. Provided my stamina holds and it's not too hard to get through the snow today, I'm going to see if I can make maybe 16 to 18, depending on how I feel. It's going to be downhill for 10 miles on the other side of Muir Pass after the summit. So should be quite the adventure today. Well guys, as we're coming up the mountain here, we came across this strange phenomenon. We got these, looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, like little springs of water coming directly out of the rock. This here is IPA, and he's filling his water directly from there. He's got the same philosophy as I do, which is filter everything. But both of us are pretty confident that it would be very difficult to catch any kind of disease from this water. It's amazing what you find up here. Does it taste good? Awesome. This is not the AT. Well, the last part of this climb was snowfields. We made it up here to the famous Muir Pass hut. Sitting around having lunch. We have kind of a full house up here right now. As you can see, everything around me is covered in snow. Gonna rest here for a few and then make the trek down, which is more snow. And just a quick shot of the inside of the hut. Blocked off fireplace. And there's the Memorial Shelter plaque. Pretty sure you are not supposed to stay in this thing. But not a bad stop. Take a rest. Have a snack. Down the mountain we go. We've definitely got some snowfields to negotiate here. Woo! We're quite a ways down the mountain. This is gonna be fun. You can almost go sit here. That waterfall is way higher than normal. Wow. Just wow. So I think, maybe, just maybe, I'm done with the snow for today. I hope so. Now it's down, 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 down. Well, I'm coming down to the last 5 miles of my hike today. I was really tired at the beginning of this day. I had a hard time warming up. Breathing the cold air coming up the mountain was definitely messing with my lungs. I didn't know if I was gonna make it up that Muir Pass. Sometimes you just have an off day on trail. You got days that you're feeling good, you're feeling peppy, everything is great. And then just some days, sometimes you're low energy. It could be a variety of factors. Not eating enough, not hydrating enough, didn't get enough sleep the night before. Who knows? But I just had my lunch break and I'm actually feeling pretty good and everything's downhill. So I'm gonna bang out my last 5 miles and camp for the day. I think that puts me between 16 and 18. Either way, I am once again gaining miles on my schedule and I want to have plenty of cushion for my hike over Kearsarge because I have to go over it twice. Once to go into Independence and get my resupply, stay the night, and then hike back up over the other side to get back up on the trail. Well, it's going to be the end of my day. Found this beautiful campsite right next to Grouse Meadows. We're gonna make home for the night. Well, it is 9 o'clock in the morning. Today is day 10 of the hike. The big job today is to get up and over Mather Pass. I'm 11.6 from the top. Reports from the northbound hikers say that there's kind of some snowfields that we're gonna have to cross that provide a little bit of difficulty, but nothing super serious. I got a little bit of downhill coming up here for a while, and then it'll be the climb up Mather Pass. I guess it's a pretty formidable climb. I guess it's gonna be bigger than what we did from Muir yesterday. I'm really excited that I got a lot of rest last night because today's supposed to be huge. Now, Pinchot passes right afterwards, and I've heard some things about people going over Mather and then up Pinchot Pass in the same day. I don't know if my energy levels are going to allow me to do that. When I get to the bottom of Mather on the other side, we'll see if I'm beat. But either way, I'm ahead of schedule and enjoying the beautiful views out here. It's amazing. everybody. So I'm at one of two Palisade Lakes on my climb today. Today's gonna be a short day for me. I was definitely feeling a little sore. It's gonna be an 8-mile day. It's 3.6 to the top of Mather Pass. I'm going to try to climb Mather tomorrow and do pinch it because it's a smaller pass. But this is the first of the Palisade Lakes. Now up here in elevation, I have a little bit of a conundrum about where to hang my hammock. So I did find a spot that's off in the distance. I don't think that you guys can see it from here, but I actually had to cross the outlet stream from the Palisade Lake and hang my hammock up off in the distance. So I have a water crossing every single time I want to go to my hammock. So I'm probably not going to post up there until I'm done hanging out here over at the main lake area. But we're headed off in that direction. And there's going to be another climb to the second Palisade Lakes and then over Mather Pass. And hopefully I'll feel well rested tomorrow and I'll be able to do pinch it as well. So this is my hammock setup in the background. And I'm actually kind of on this little island piece that is away from all the other people. This is Palisade Lakes, like I said before. And there's the stream in the background. You can see the tendrils are sitting up on the other side of the stream. I actually had to ford this stream back here in order to get to this one spot where I can hang my hammock. As you can see through this valley, there are no real trees to speak of. And so I found about the only place that this could be home. The lake though is gorgeous. This is an amazing place. I'm really not surprised it's a popular camping spot. So yeah, 8-mile day, so a Nero. Well, it is day 11. Camped at Palisade Lakes last night, as I said, and I'm on my way to Mather Pass, which is 3.7 miles away. We were climbing something called the Golden Staircase. It's supposed to be pretty formidable. Felt a little bit better than yesterday. Time to see if we can make some miles. Woo! Top of Mather. That was exhausting and amazing. Well, I've landed here at Lake Marjorie. It's about 1.6 miles from the top of Pinch It Pass. Not gonna push it, but the lake is gorgeous. Check that out. Surrounded by mountains on all sides. It is definitely snow-fed. A couple of people jumping and swimming. I will not be doing that because that's too cold for me. I'm a bit of a wimp that way. But anyway, 1.6 from the top, which means we're gonna knock out that hike tomorrow and hopefully get as close to top of Glen as I can. I don't know how close. I'm definitely low on food. That's a little bit of a concern. I'm gonna have to ration, and that can definitely have an effect on your stamina as far as calories is concerned. But I should be 2 days out at the most from Kearsarge, where I can hike in Onion Valley, get into civilization, get myself a restaurant meal, shower at a hotel, maybe a beer, and then back on the trail. Oh yeah. Dusk at Lake Marjorie. Check out that alpenglow. That is spectacular. Beautiful. Well, it's about 7:45 in the morning. Just leaving Lake Marjorie. It's day 12, and maybe shooting for Ray Lakes today as a place to camp. It's about 15 miles from where I'm at. I'm 1.6 from the top of Pinch It Pass, so have a just a short little hike over the top of the pass today, and then it's about 9 miles of downhill. So, yay adventure! Brisk little climb, but here we have it. Pinch It Pass. Yeah. Marmot. And walking into yet another painting. So amazing. sure what we're looking at right now is Red Lakes. That's fantastic. Well, I have arrived here at Ray Lakes, and it is raining. I've got my rain fly up. I'm sitting in my hammock right now. Ray Lakes is beautiful. Those 3 tents down there are some guys I've been leapfrogging for the last couple of days. And some newcomers over there. This campground is actually rather large. I'm not in a position to show you a whole lot of it right now due to the weather. But I do know this is a very popular campground. Hopefully, the storm will pass over. Or rather the rain sprinkle. I don't think it's really a storm. And I'll be able to get out, cook some dinner, and get some more footage of Ray Lakes. Oh, hey guys. So I'm sitting here at camp at Ray Lakes, and I just wanted to go over something that happened to me during my day. I'm sitting here eating some tomato and basil tortellini soup. Fantastic trail food. But I took a tumble today. I actually fell on a water crossing, and I stepped out on a stone, and it rolled. And when I went down, my trekking pole hit the stone, and the mount that I used to get a lot of the walk and talks for you guys and the panoramic views snapped. The camera came off and ended up in the water. So this was the first impromptu test of my new Osmo action camera underwater. I knew it was supposed to be waterproof. I hadn't yet dared dunk it underwater. Anyway, there was a spillway right next to this water crossing. So if it had hit the right puddle and went into the current, it would have went off into the sweet by and by, and no more camera, which means no documentation whatsoever of the John Muir Trail. Luckily, it ended up catching under a rock, and after fishing around for a couple minutes, I was able to find the camera. It's going to change the shots out here that I'm able to do. I've got my tripod still. I've got my chest mount. I still will be able to finish everything out here, but those pano views that I get are going to be not quite as good, as I'm going to have to use my short handle as opposed to my trekking pole. So, trail life, just one of those things that happens. So, time for a new mount. Well, we've got a sun break here after the rain, and as promised, here is a better view of Ray Lakes. More specifically, Ray Lake. There's 2 of them. I believe we had to go up further to get to, I think there's an upper Ray Lakes, but this one does not disappoint. Amazing. Oh, well, tomorrow's going to be kind of a big one. I have to go up over Glen Pass, which is 2.6 miles to the top from where I'm camped right now. And then from there, it's about 2 miles past that I run into the intersection for Kearsarge Pass. And I have to hike from there 9 miles up and over the pass down in Onion Valley. It's not 9 miles up, but 9 miles total. And then from there, from the parking lot and or the campground, find a hitch 15 miles into Independence. Grab my box, get a hotel room, and then take a bus or hitch down to Lone Pine, which is 16 miles away, to an outfitter so I can get a new fuel canister. Provided I can't find one in Independence, but it looks like there isn't an option for that. I will find out tomorrow. And then hitch back to my hotel room, and then relax the rest of the night until I have to get up and climb back over Kearsarge, back onto the JMT, and finish my 31 miles of the JMT. So it's going to be a massive undertaking tomorrow. So I'm intending to get up and try to start around 5 a.m. I'll probably get up around 5 a.m. I'm going to try to get out of camp by around 5:30. So, once again, adventure time. Well, it's day 13, and today's my day to get to town. So, I gotta climb up over Glen Pass, and then make it to the trail junction of Kearsarge, go up and over Kearsarge and into Onion Valley. Got an earlier start than normal. Was out of camp by 7 o'clock. So, hopefully, I can make good time and get into town at a reasonable hour Here we go. Oh boy. Woo! That was a climb. This was it. Top of Glen Pass. Now I've got Kearsarge to conquer. And it's on to town. Man, I'm coming down the other side of Glen, and the color of that water is just unreal. Well, I've reached my exit trail. Up that way. One pass to go, and on to civilization. Well, I got up and over Kearsarge at 2 minutes before 11 o'clock, so I'm hauling. It was a fairly formidable climb. I think Glen Pass was definitely worse. I'm on my way down now. It's a lot of switchbacks as I descend into this valley. I'm trying to focus on the prize at hand, but all I keep thinking about is that I have to climb back up this thing tomorrow. But for now, I'm going to try to put it out of my mind and think about hotel, pizza, taco trucks, fresh resupply, showers, you know, all the good stuff in life. Coming down the mountain next to another gorgeous lake. I do believe that is Gilbert Lake, I think. Well, unfortunately, guys, my resupply has turned into a game-ending situation. So I stayed in the town of Independence, and unfortunately, not only did I wake up with some knee problems, but also in the process of repacking and stuff, I realized I'd suffered a catastrophic gear failure that finished itself once I was packing my resupply. The struts on my backpack actually, on the Arc Blast, there are two carbon fiber struts, and they sit in a cradle on the top and the bottom, and the bottom one had ripped open, and I noticed I was starting to have a problem on the trail, and I had jerry-rigged it thinking that it was going to last for the rest of the trail, but it didn't, and the strut shot through and ruined the support on my backpack. So unfortunately, this has now become a hike from Tuolumne Meadows to Independence, so most of the John Muir Trail. But those are the breaks. Sometimes things just don't go according to plan. So from this point on, the plan B is going to have to be to start making my way home. I don't have enough time to fix this or have the backpack replaced by Z-Packs, so my plane was going to fly out on the 14th, so I'm going to have another, it's about another 4 days before my plane's supposed to take off. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and grab a Greyhound home. These are the breaks. Sometimes hiking doesn't go according to plan. So obviously this is an abrupt ending to a trip, guys, so I just want to kind of show you what is going on with my backpack here. Now keep in mind that this is not a rip on Z-Packs or their construction whatsoever. This backpack has actually been through the Appalachian Trail, so it's been many hundreds of miles. And it's gone through a lot of wear and tear, and it's also been on a lot of small local trips since I got back from the AT. So it's taken a battering. So this is not cheap construction, but eventually things wear out. What ended up happening is that the backpack has these struts right here on both sides that are carbon fiber struts. This is what constitutes the frame of the pack, and you'll pull on these straps here to arc the pack, and these bend in a bow type pattern, and this keeps the frame, the mesh frame, off of your back and allows airflow, and it actually makes the pack comfortable. I am actually not a fan of wearing it unarced because I don't like how it feels on my back and it starts causing me problems. But what happens is these two struts, they sit in pockets that are sewn in the top of the pack right here and down to the bottom. Well, down to the bottom, the pocket wore a hole through it and the strut came through, which makes it pop out of the top, and obviously this is a problem. It was also stabbing me in the back. Now I tried to fix it with tape by wrapping duct tape around this and making the pole thicker so it couldn't go through, and that worked for a little bit, and then it just compressed the tape. So then I took a piece of my V-strap here, the webbing, and I cut it off and I put it into the pocket down here to plug the hole. And that actually worked for much longer, but it wasn't a permanent fix, and as I was loading my resupply, everything broke through again. So I told you I was having a little bit of problems with my knee. That by itself wouldn't have been enough to get me off trail. I would have powered through with the knee thing, but I'm having this backpack issue too that I can't seem to fix, and that's going to be a problem for me. Also, my hip belt struts were cracking and broke, and I had to jury rig those on the trail as well. This is actually shorter than it normally is back here. I took the actual strut that's supposed to go in these two pockets and I doubled it over and made it double thickness so it doesn't slide on me. So I'm having like a catastrophic failure issue here where I can't keep my pack working, and that's you know, that's what basically ended my trip for me. So it's kind of a bummer. Obviously I'm going to have to get a new pack. That's not something I could sit on the trail and do while I was hiking, because my plane left on the 14th. It wasn't something I could change. I don't have the time to go through the customer service with Z-Packs to replace things and have it mailed to me. So it being a short vacation trip, this was one of those things that just gets you off trail. It was still a worthwhile trip. You know, it was about 160 miles ish from Tuolumne Meadows to into the town of Independence. I would be more broken up about this, except for I have done the John Muir Trail before. I definitely get to hike Whitney before. It is not a complete and total loss. Definitely a worthwhile hike. I got a lot of great video, a lot of great views, and you know, I got to spend about 2.5 weeks hiking. So everything but the last 31 miles was done. Sometimes that's the breaks of hiking, and you just kind of have to roll with the punches. I definitely hope that you guys enjoyed the video, and if you like what you see and you want to see more, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button, and make sure you hit the chime notification at the bottom so you can see more videos in the future.